Hello and welcome to your July reading, Gemini. This reading is for all Gemini placements. So Gemini, we're going to take a look at your month ahead, what to expect in the month of July, and any messages and advice from your guides. So speaking of guides, let's call them in to assist with the reading. But quick before we do so, I will link below the July pick a card. If you haven't caught that yet, you can watch that if you feel called to do so, to get a holistic view of your month ahead along with your sun, moon, and rising when those are posted. And in the July pick a card, there is a giveaway for a free reading. So just wanted to let you guys know. Link below if you want to watch that next. But yes, let's get started. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency, please be with us today to provide the most accurate, meaningful messages for Gemini in regards to July 2023. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, Gemini, for being here. So we're going to start off with the tarot. Got a few oracle decks, tea leaves. Got a cute cat underneath my legs. Emmy, are you going to assist? Thank you. Spirit, what is going on in July for Gemini? What is happening? What message you have? Thank you. Card position 1, main message. What is a focus of Gemini's in the month of July? And what is not a priority? What they may be blind to, and what should Gemini avoid? And what is your overall action and advice for Gemini? Bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So I feel like for a lot of Geminis, you may have been feeling like luck isn't really on your side lately, like things aren't really going right. And you know, maybe you're feeling like a disconnection from your spirit guides, source, your higher self, whatever it is you subscribe to. But I feel like there's some kind of disconnection here. Maybe you're feeling a little down about things not happening the way you thought they would be. And it could kind of, get you in this negative loop, this negative thought spiral. And it can be keeping you from really seeing the true reality of things around you, that maybe they're seeming worse than they are, and it could be really keeping you from talking to your higher self, or communicating with your higher self, being in touch with your intuition, your creative side. And you may just be feeling like a little down in the dumps. But what you don't see is that you really have made it through the hardest parts of whatever your specific situation is. Because what you don't see is that the devil is reversed here. And that means that, you're through the rough of things. Like, the wheel's turning. Things are about to turn up for you. Things are, you've overcome something. Especially with the Strength card reversed here for what to focus on. I feel like you've really overcome something that's just been, or you will be in July, something that's been holding you back. And I feel like for most people in this group, it's something with your thoughts, your beliefs, cycles and patterns that you've have been going through. This could have to do with another person, specifically a past relationship. It could be any sort of partnership or relationship, but I'm seeing for a lot of people, if it is about a relationship, it could be with a water sign or an earth sign, because we have the Page of Cups here and the Knight of Pentacles, and court cards can oftentimes represent that. So the cups are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And the pentacles, the earth signs, are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And we have more Capricorn energy here too with this devil reversed. So you may be overcoming some heartbreak or some situation that has to do with this other person, this relationship that maybe had you feeling disconnected, feeling down, feeling alone. Yeah. But whatever your situation is specifically, you're really getting through it. There might be some things you need to, some loose ends to tie up, but what you don't see coming is that the worst is over. And soon you'll be, focusing on what makes you happy. What are your hobbies? What are your interests? For a long time, you may have been putting other people first, another person first specifically. It could be putting your job first, your family, just pretty much everything before your own wants and needs. And I feel like that could be really what has been leading to like a disconnect in some sense. You feeling like things aren't going right. It's because you're not really, you haven't been really in line with like, what makes you happy. There's been something that, has been keeping you feeling stuck and down. For a lot of people, there could be an addiction to literally anything, just some kind of addiction attachment that you are overcoming. And this could be a codependent relationship that you are, moving on from, a substance, shopping, eating habits, whatever it is. I feel like you're really like cleaning up your act. That sounds silly, but for some people, yes. But really figuring that out, pinpointing it, and you're making healthier like choices, and you're able to move forward. And one way to really move forward is to really focus on what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. I feel like you just haven't been putting yourself first. And this is like the month for Geminis to start focusing on their own needs. And it's not selfish to put yourself first. So what are some things you enjoy doing? What makes you happy? What fills your cup up? And maybe some of you guys aren't really sure because you've been so focused on other people or another person, your job, whatever. But in July, Spirit's really encouraging you to go after having fun, go after feeling good, try new things, do new things, and implement healthy habits. There's something here, there could have been something with not much movement in the recent months. And to really get things moving in the right direction for you, really focusing on your health and moving your body. I can see that. Yeah, maybe you've been feeling like tired or like you don't have a lot of physical strength. And I feel like it sounds counterintuitive sometimes, but if you've done this and been through this, like actually exercising and moving your body actually helps give you more energy. Maybe the first few days could be a little hard and you might feel a little tired or whatever, but it really actually helps, get your body moving, your organs, all of that, your blood flowing, and you'll start to feel a lot better. And I feel like it would be really, good just to get outdoors, be by the water if you live by some, just being outside, being by nature and animals. Like that's a great place to start too if you're not sure what makes you happy. We all have different types of movement that works for our bodies and ourselves, so really explore what makes you feel good, and it'll really help you turn this around. It'll help you overcome any healthy or unhealthy attachments you've had by implementing these new habits. But what to avoid and stuff, it's this Knight of Pentacles. This is the only night that's still. So I feel like, maybe you've been still, maybe you've been focused on your goals, focused on work and stuff like that. But like, have you been focused on movement and your health and your well-being? I feel like you're really focused on that. Even if you don't have a specific addiction or attachment to food and substances, I feel like there's still something, like it could be negative thoughts, and no matter what, like getting outside, fresh air and walking will be really good for you no matter what you're overcoming. And it'll make you feel like more confident in yourself and more like confident in your abilities. It'll build this will be like building up self-discipline, and discipline really leads to increased self-confidence because you believe in yourself. You're like, wow, I actually did what I set my mind to. So what can you implement in your day? It could be quick walks, some stretches, drinking more water, things like that. Creative hobbies, a spiritual routine or morning routine. You don't need to, when we do too much at once, it kind of is overwhelming, So just implement small things at a time. And once you feel like, you're in the groove of that new habit, you can do a habit stacking and add something else with that. But overall, I feel like Spirit is like calling you to have more fun in the month of July. Explore what makes you feel good. Explore yourself, your own needs, your own wants, your desires, what makes you, or what makes you feel good keeps coming up. But that'll really start moving you in the right direction. And maybe you feel like things haven't been that bad, but you're like, just kind of like, meh, like a little stagnant, like just switching things up, switching up the way you move, the things you do on a daily basis, your routine, I think will be really good for you. Because I feel like things have been just, same old thing, whether that's good or bad, I feel like it's still, spicing up your life in July will be really good for you. Implementing these healthy habits. And, if you don't feel like it's about your body, a lot of this could be just negative thoughts and stuff like that. It'll make you feel more confident in yourself and not reliant on other people for outside validation. But I feel like this is the month of you, Gemini. What do you want to do? What makes you happy? Trying new things, getting out of your comfort zone. And it's really going to get your life going in the direction you want and making you feel good, making you feel better. And that's lovely. So we have a few major arcanas here. So this is a big deal this month. I feel like you're really overcoming something, making good choices for you, not for other people. And I know that's hard. A lot of us were raised to do things for our family, like other people, put other people first. And we were like programmed by, culture, religion, whatever, that it's selfish to, put ourselves first. And I feel like you're really rewiring your brain and all that to start, letting yourself do you. What makes, it's not selfish. Really implementing these new things and doing stuff for yourself and not others is going to be huge for you in Gemini. And you, Gemini, this July. What else for Gemini Spirit? I feel like movement also will really get you more embodied in the present moment and not focused on the past. Because I feel like there might be something here for a lot of Geminis that your mind often travels to the past. And moving your body, getting embodied, it'll really be helpful for you. Ooh, look at, we have card number 1, expansion, north. 1, yeah, putting yourself first. And expanding your mind, what you do every day, expanding your life, moving forward in the right direction, finding your North Star. This is seriously a huge month. You're really expanding the way you think, the people you're around, like what you do on a day-to-day basis. And the North is really making me think of North Star, like finding out your purpose, figuring out, what it is that is calling to you and following those callings. Because with this Page of Cups reversed here too, I feel like you've been getting intuitive hits. You maybe like in the past, you really felt called to do something else, but you just were doing everything like, because that's what you're supposed to do, get the job, the marriage, the house, whatever, but there's like, just felt like there's something missing or something. And I feel like you're going after it. You're expanding your mind. Maybe like we talked about moving your body and stuff, but maybe some people here too could really benefit from, working out your mind, like joining classes, reading new books. This is a month of Geminis expanding their life, their mind, learning more about yourself, and just really tuning into you and tuning out, everyone else. It doesn't mean you have to cut people off or anything unless that feels right. But, you're not just going along with what everyone else wants. You're really listening to yourself and your body and what you need and what you desire. What else, Spirit, for Gemini? Selkie, come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. Yes, you're really you're following your North Star. You're calling who you are. Come out of hiding. Yes, there's something here like you've been living. We've been talking about that, kind of living by the status quo, doing what you're supposed to do, doing what other people want you to do. What do you want to do, Gemini? I feel like there's like a layer. I've heard people like use that like analogy, like we're like onions and there's so many layers we have to peel off, and that's like a big part of our spiritual journey and stuff like that. But I feel like you're peeling off a layer, peeling off several layers, attachments to things, identities, these cycles and behaviors, or like just peeling it away, and you're getting to the core of who you are, because I feel like you maybe lost that along the way, or or maybe just lately you just haven't felt right, you know, like you just know something, there's something else out there for you. And this is the month in July where you're really expanding, you're figuring that out. Come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. I'm loving this message for you, Gemini. Let's get another card for Gemini Spirit. What else for Gemini? Go within. Yes, I feel like that goes with everything we've been talking about too. To embrace who you really are, you know, to expand your mind and find out what your North Star is, you know, you got to go within, peel back the layers, find what, you know, calls to you. This red is really speaking to me with the root chakra. If that resonates, you might be called into doing root chakra work. There's a lot of green here too, heart chakra, but overall I feel like just really getting to the core of who you are, doing that introspection, that reflection, you know, peeling back those layers, figuring out what feels good to you, what direction you want to take, you know, and it's fine not to know right away. It's just really going with it and like embracing who you are, embracing, you know, your purpose, your dharma. And if you don't know, the way to really figure it out is to try new things. We have expansion here, you know, and with this Nine of Pentacles reversed, I feel like maybe there's just been stagnancy and you haven't been trying things for yourself. Like we were saying, like, get out there and move. A lot of times people get these like downloads, this inspiration when they're out walking in nature or by water. And sometimes people get these in the shower, but like just really pay attention to these little like internal nudges, that voice in your head that's, you know, these ideas that come to you and like follow through with them. But if, you know, you're like, go to the bookstore and find a random book that's calling to you, take an online course that, you know, maybe there's someone that you've been following on social media that you love their content and their message, and maybe they have some offerings, you know, like a coaching call or a class, and maybe that's something, you know, but really just exploring, you know, you don't need to know the answer right now. But when you explore new things, get out of your comfort zone every day, you're going to just, you know, peel those layers, you're going to figure out what it is that you love doing. You don't need to do the same thing your whole life, and it's never too late to try new things and have new experiences. What else for Gemini in July? Casket. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Yes. Seriously, this is like what we've been talking about, an end of this way of living, this way of thinking, a way of living for everyone else. You know, you're ending what doesn't serve you. You're leaving behind any attachments, any addictions, you know, any unhealthy behaviors, thoughts, people, jobs, whatever is not serving you. You're peeling that away and you're ready for this new phase of life. You're coming out of hiding, you know, you're expanding. This makes total sense to me that this came out. This other card's sticking out. Let's see what we have here. Apple. Temptation will test you. Ooh, that kind of goes with this Devil card here. But I feel like you're overcoming that. And you don't see the Devil coming in its reverse. So I feel like there's going to be some temptation to go back to your old ways that you don't want to be in. I'm not saying your old ways are bad, but something you choose. You're choosing consciously to move away from. With this Strength reversed here too, it could be to fall back into a pattern of like drinking or a old relationship. Maybe your ex will text you and you know they're not good for you or whatever, you know, and you're like, I feel like I learned the lessons from that already. You know, there's something that's going to come up, and it's kind of like the universe like testing you to see if you're ready for the next level, for the next stage of life, you know. Are you really ready for this expansion of your life, this new relationship, this new amount of money, whatever it is you're trying to manifest? I feel like it's kind of like a test. But with the Devil reversed here, I feel like you're really strong and you're realizing, like, because you're doing this introspection and you're like really embracing who you are and your own needs and all of that. I feel like you're definitely going to make the right choice. But it's also going to be another like method, another way for you to like go in deep. Like, you know, you'll be like, wow, is this triggering me, or why is this happening? And it'll just be like every opportunity, everything that happens, good or bad, is really an opportunity for us to like get to know ourselves more and, you know, think more about the situation. So I really encourage you to like journal more about what comes up. If you feel tempted, you know, if you feel triggered by things, I feel like that will be really helpful for you. But I feel like for a lot of people, this temptation, because Spirit said to avoid the Two of Cups reverse, will be an ex or someone that was in your life that was toxic in some way. I don't always like that word, but like at the time they just weren't bringing out the best in you, maybe pulling you back, but you're ready to go north. You're ready to level up. You're ready to really fall into who you are and what you're here to do in this world. I feel like this is a huge phase for you. You're ending the old chapter, which you're ready to end. You're turning that wheel around. You're moving forward, and Spirit's really encouraging you and happy for you and just giving you, mostly it seems like, some tools and tips in order to move forward, but it looks like it's an exciting time for Geminis. But that is your reading, Gemini. I hope it resonated. I hope you found it helpful. Again, I will link below the July Pick a Card if you haven't watched that yet. And if you feel called to do so, you can watch for your sun, moon, and rising. But I hope you have a beautiful, amazing month of July, Gemini. I love you so much. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment. And I do offer private readings if you are interested. If you want to dig deeper on this, since this is a general reading, we can do that. Or if you have any other questions, want a general reading or astrology reading, my email's down below. We can talk about that. I offer both recorded and live readings. But I'm really just so grateful you're here. I wish you all the best. I love you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one, Gemini. Bye.